Hi and welcome to this week's web design video blog. Today Nick and I are going to share our own personal tips and advice for web design job interviews.
The majority of our advice is based on our own experience from participating in interviews here at Career over the past 5 years.
We've split the advice into 3 categories: interview preparation, during the interview, and finally questions that you may be asked.
Also, to keep our advice specific to the web design industry, we'll try and skip over the obvious stuff like firm handshakes and big smiles. Nice to meet you.
So, interview preparation. It's very important to research where the studio is so that you make sure that you are there on time.
Also, make sure you do your research on the company prior to the interview. Have a look at their website, some of their portfolio work, and what sort of clients they deal with.
Take a few spare copies of your CV, and with regards to your portfolio, handpick 6 to 10 of your best pieces of work that are tailored to the type of company that you're going to go and see. Take your portfolio either printed, laptop, or even on a USB stick. You'll find that most agencies will be able to accommodate whichever format you take your portfolio in.
Okay, so what to wear? Now, the best advice that I've ever heard comes from the Source Recruitment Mark Shelkin, who shared the following advice in a blog for Web Designer magazine. First impressions are everything. Check the dress code of the agency or company before you arrive. Cultural fit plays a big part in an interview, so it's important they see you as one of them. Most creatively led design and digital agencies are very casual and laid back, so keep this in mind.
So next we move on to during the interview. Now, it's important to present yourself confidently. Most web designers will be expected to liaise with clients and also work to very tight deadlines, so it's important that a confident personality comes across during the interview process.
Also, when you're presenting your portfolio, make sure you clearly explain the role within each of the products that you display.
If you enjoy web design, it's important to show a real passion for it, ambition, and also an interest in the future of web design, because like most industries, web design isn't static. It's always evolving, whether it's the design or even how the technology is changing with the way that we make websites.
Next, questions you may be asked. What do you know about our company? Now, this question is most likely to crop up in conversation at some point. So, referring back to what I said earlier on, in preparation for the interview, you should be able to impress the interviewer with the knowledge about the company and the position you're applying for.
Next, you may be asked to tell the interviewers a little bit about your experience, your current position, and why you are leaving. The interviewer will be wanting to understand, obviously, your experience, but also why you're looking to move on into a position within their company.
The web design industry is highly pressurised due to deadlines and a lot of client interaction. So you may well get asked the question, how do you react under pressure?
You may also be asked what contribution you would make as part of a team. With a lot of web design projects that we do here at Career, there's at least 2 or 3 people involved in a project, so the interviewer may be keen to understand how you work within a team.
The next question, following on from what James has just said, is what supervisory experience do you have? This will allow the interviewer to have an idea of where they can position you in the future.
And you may also finally be asked where you see yourself in 5 years and what your sort of career goals that you have set for yourself in the future. Now, they'll ask this because that they'll be keen to obviously understand your ambitions, but also to make sure that there's a commitment compatibility essentially with your targets and the sort of role that they're looking to fill.
Okay, and finally, do you have any questions for me?
So this last question gives you a great opportunity to challenge the interviewers and also ask any questions that haven't been answered during the earlier phase of the interview.
A couple of good questions to ask are, what are the plans for the agency over the next 5 years? And also, where do you see me fitting in with the current structure and the structure moving forward?
With topics like salary and start dates, it's best to wait for the interviewer to bring this topic up. It's usually the concluding factor in the interview anyway. So in summary, make sure that you're adequately prepared for your interview. Handpick 6 to 10 pieces for your portfolio that are tailored for the company you're going to go and visit. Demonstrate confidence, the ability to work with clients and also working with deadlines. And make sure that you ask questions and show an interest in the company and the industry.
Thanks for watching and good luck.